There's been a lot of things that have been happening in my life, so I thought I would share some of this context with you. I don't do personal updates on this channel, but since the changes have been so big, I thought it'd be interesting to share some of it with you. I've decided to quit my job at Amazon. I put my notice in a couple of days ago. Now, I've been at Amazon for 18 years. If my career was a person, it could buy cigarettes and vote. That's kind of a crazy thought to me. It's a big step for me, but before I get into the details and what's happening with the channel, there have been other developments that will paint a more 3D picture of what's going on in my life. First off, the most visible change is probably the metal braces in my teeth. I've always been self-conscious about my teeth. I've got this overbite and I have a baby tooth that never had an adult tooth underneath it to push it out. It always looked like I got a tooth knocked out in a fight when I smile. Maybe it's a metaphor for my career change. I never had anything that I had to push me away from my career at Amazon, so I stayed in place by default. When it comes to your teeth or anything that doesn't quite seem right about your life, there are really only two options. You can accept it or you can do something about it. And so I've decided to do something about it. It's kind of like planting a tree. The best time to do it is like 30 years ago. The next best time is now. But it's so annoying. Eating is difficult. People notice it when you speak. And of course, it's not optimal for me on camera. Sometimes I get a little lispy. I'm gonna own it though. When I'm done, I can smile without any hesitation, and that will be a load off my shoulders. So I've committed to doing something about it. I hope I don't accidentally spit on you though. The other thing that's going on with my life that isn't visible to you is that I welcomed my second child into the world about 2.5 months ago. I've got 2 kids in the household. My first one is 2 years old. They are both crazy adorable and they add so much to my life. It's been awesome, but my wife and I are getting terrible quality sleep. It's worth it, of course. I'll do anything for my kids. But study after study indicates that high quality sleep has so many benefits and terrible sleep has so many negative aspects associated with it. Now, I'm not as sharp as I used to be, and I'm physically and mentally exhausted for much of the day. Sometimes I can't even speak correctly, and my sentences don't come out sometimes. Coupled with the fact that I've piled more and more things on my plate, I'm spread really thin right now. Paternity leave has been great, but it's come to an end. Leave wasn't all just welcoming the newest member of my family, though. I was also working while I was on paternity leave. I was making videos, and I ran the first cohort of folks through my program, Speedrun to Promotion. It's a program that I created for tech workers to minimize the time it takes to get to the next level. It's not just a course where I give you tips and tricks, but I also give you personalized help specific to your situation. If you'd like more information about the next cohort, I'm running a live event on Friday, January 19th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You can sign up at speedruntopromotion.com. I'd love to work with you personally to help you get to the next level. Part of what I learned during the first cohort is that I really love helping people. When I got my first student promoted, it was to staff engineer level, and it felt so good. I've helped dozens of people get to the next level at work, but it just hit differently because now I can scale myself through the internet, not just behind the closed doors at Amazon. Now, I truly believe that the scale of the internet is still not yet revealed to the world, and that truly, the way to help the most people in the world is to put all of my energy into scaling my content, which brings me to the elephant in the room, leaving Big A. Like my baby tooth that never had another tooth to push it out, for 18 years, I've never had a reason to leave Amazon. But that's probably also the reason why I have to go. I give advice on the internet, and I've always advised people to find jobs where there's opportunities to grow in more dimensions and to prioritize this growth over everything else. But for the past 2 years, to be honest, I've been kind of phoning it in. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been doing good work, but I haven't been pushing myself. I haven't been growing. And I can't give advice that I'm not taking. It's not fair to you, and it's not good for me. Don't ever take advice from people that haven't lived the problem you have and solved it in the way they said they did. Another reason that I've decided to leave is that I realized I'm literally middle-aged. I didn't realize it via passing thought. I now have hard data. I'm 41 years old right now. According to the government Social Security website, on average, I can expect to live another 40 years. That's only like 2,000 weeks. I'm not a big Confucius says sort of guy, but he did say, we have two lives. The second begins when we realize that we have only one. I definitely feel like I'm on my second life now, especially with the kids. The realization hit me like a midlife crisis, but without the flashy sports car or impractical leather jacket. I have to start thinking about the things that I want to do before my time on Earth is over. Not a lot of these things I want to do center around giving my time to Amazon so they can maximize shareholder value. I've been at Amazon almost half my life, definitely more than half my conscious life. Literally, if you put my memories on a timeline, half of them would be on the employed by Amazon half. I guess part of why I've stayed so long is Stockholm Syndrome. I've gotten very comfortable where I'm at, to the point where I find myself defending my captors. The money is really good, and I don't get stressed out much at work. But I am extremely time poor. Having to put 40 to 50 hours a week towards a job on top of everything else is just not sustainable. I like to say to people that I know busier people exist in the world, but I don't know them in real life. I learned a quote from my friend Ethan Evans, who is a former Amazon and Twitch VP. Now, I don't know if it's his or if he got it from somewhere else, but he said that the only people that will remember that you work nights and weekends are your kids. And as a father, that hit me like a ton of bricks. Amazon isn't going to attend my funeral or even send flowers. I'm not expecting them to, that's not their job, but a full-time job, plus YouTube, plus my new program, plus two little ones and my wife at home, it's just too much. There's nothing left for me at the end of it, with no end in sight. It doesn't matter how efficient or productive I am, there's just no more room. So, I've decided to retire from software development and focus on creating free content and helping other people level up in their careers. The thought that, cool, another YouTuber that quit his job to go full-time so his content will be really different now, has gone through my head. If you've been with me since the meta days, you can always say that you've been watching since before he quit his job, when it was cool. But here's why I think that's different. I have nearly 20 years of experience to process. It's not like I just got a job. I've got a Notion document with like 100 video ideas that I've never had the bandwidth to get through before. So I have a big buffer before I have to resort to doing skits. And I truly believe that the best content is in front of me, not behind me. I'll make a video or several on my time at Amazon. It's been an amazing place to work. It's definitely not perfect and it's got its quirks, but man, what an awesome place to grow. There are also a ton of topics that I've been dancing around since I didn't want to stir up trouble at Amazon. I'm never going to disclose anything confidential, but I never wanted the scrutiny around topics that might give me unwanted attention. So, now what? I'm still at the company now for another 6 weeks to tie up loose ends. I've got a lot of emotions going on. I'm excited, scared, anxious, relieved, all at the same time. What if it doesn't work? Not only would that be bad, everyone on the internet will know that I failed. If it does all come crashing down, after a year or so, I'll think about heading back to a traditional job, either at this gig or somewhere else. I think I'm very employable as long as the economy doesn't go all the way into the toilet. It's scary, but I think this is the right time and the right move for me. The idea that I can help a lot of people with my free content is just too alluring to ignore. At work, I can really only mentor 10 or so people at a time, which is great for those folks, but on the internet, my videos have millions of views. So expect more videos from me this year, which I think is a good thing for everybody, and watch out for some other projects that I suddenly have more bandwidth to tackle. This side hustle that's turning into my main hustle doesn't make as much as the job that I'm leaving yet, but the growth trajectory is definitely there. So I'd be honored if you'd help support my free content by liking my videos, engaging by leaving comments, subscribing to the channel, and signing up to my email newsletter. I'd be forever grateful. Every little bit counts. And if I can help you get promoted faster, think about joining the waitlist or attending my live event by going to speedruntopromotion.com. If people like these life updates, I'll make more of them and give you visibility on this new chapter of my life. Let me know in the comments if you do. I guess that's it.